Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, event professionals across the United States of America and mostly in Arizona. We are here to party with Event Ensemble. It is the month of May and it is Social Media May training, which is probably why you've all joined us here this morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to now officially say that we have started the meeting because I'm recording. And because I am recording, I'm going to let you know that if you shared anything in the chat that you want people to see and know. Look at this. See, Linda's pretty smart. If you saved it before we started the recording, that means that people who arrived after you shared it may not actually see it. So with that in mind, if you shared your contact information, please feel free to share it again. You don't get dinged or nobody thinks that you're double dipping if you share it twice. I'm also going to drop in the chat right here, the links, because Ed had asked for them. And there they are, Mr. Ed. There are two links for scheduling your personal presentation for Event Ensemble. And the reason why there are two links is because one is for the online information. Pardon me, that's first two Thursdays were online. And then the second link is for the third Thursday of each month, because that's an in-person meeting. And it is our preference that you be in person and not on the screen. Although I have to confess, the third Thursday of this month will be in person at Panera Bread. We will be discussing LinkedIn with JD, and he's in Chicago, which means it will be an online presentation. But he doesn't do a presentation. He does a roundtable discussion, which we're all going to love. And he is the master at LinkedIn. So we're thrilled to have him join us again and give us an update from the neck up checkup about LinkedIn. Second Thursday, we'll have more social media training, and surprise, 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 we will have an extra fourth Thursday in the month of May where we will also do, you guessed it, social media training. Topic to be determined, because I have a couple of people that are submitting some suggestions. But if you're interested in presenting, Ed and the rest of you, or Sandra again, that's fine. Get on the calendar. Happy to have you present. And for those virgins in the house, Brian, you presented probably a couple of years ago. We would love to see your talent in person or online. You always have something to share, and it's always of value. I remember the last time you presented, I walked away with about 6 pages of notes, and I'm not exaggerating. So good stuff. I wanted to share my screen for a quick second before we get into today's social media stuff with Linda, and mention, does everybody see the Event Ensemble page? Okay. And by the way, JD, this is our private Facebook group. It's for members only. If you're interested, we pass referrals and network here regularly. But I wanted to share with you this. Is this the one? No, this is his most recent. But I wanted to just drop in because my good friend Jerice is always reminding me how much I love alliteration. And this will be, oh, for you, Mr. Duo Akatio, Robert, you'll probably appreciate this as well. This particular podcast by Alan Berg was outstanding. And I'm totally thoroughly biased, but I'm here to tell you his guest, Sam Horn, who's a female, by the way, was nothing short of brilliant in terms of getting your message across. We always think in terms of, well, what are we going to name the company? Or what is our tagline? Or what is our 30-second, elevator pitch? And we've had many people present and talk about those aspects of branding your content. But she goes even deeper into recognizing and understanding that outside of those traditional things that you need to take into consideration, there's also what is your packaging, what is your messaging, and what are you talking about, and how can you find something that is pop, which is, oh gosh, help me out here. I got it in the notes, so I'll just drop in and read my own notes. Pop, purposeful, original, and pithy. And then she also goes into alliteration and I can't pronounce it. Iambic pentameter. What's that word? Robert, help me out here. It refers to when something's rhythmic.
Iambic pentameter.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
Smarter people than me. Iambic pentameter. And then she talks about another book that she's also done, which is called Tongue Fu, which I also picked up. I haven't listened to yet. But how to deal with difficult people without becoming one yourself. I think that's and that is a good example of how she is great on messaging. She's finding out to the core who you are and then putting it into simple terms so that everyone can understand it. David, I remember the conversation we were having the other day at CTC, Coaching Through Corona, and one of your members gave this blather about what service they provided, and everybody was like, you know, I have no idea what he just said. This book would be great for him to figure out how to find a good pop message that would communicate his services and who he is and what he does and all of that. Okay.
Mr. Favor,
Yes.
take a breather. Take a breather. Let us respond to all that you just spewed out there. And I will say that when I was listening to that quaint little podcast, I was thinking of you and laughing internally the whole time. So yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
I have to admit that I smiled whenever you said you picked up the book, but you hadn't listened to it yet.
That's because I'm an Audible person versus a, and I do refer to books that I have read and listened to in the same vein. But if you're not an audio person, then maybe you find that.
So Scott, you can buy the book for him.
I have both of them on Audible. Okay, excellent. And by way of a sidebar, somebody had asked, are we going to record these? And the answer is yes. So they will be available to members for the training portion. And I must say, I had a great visit with Ed a couple of weeks ago. It was training on doing your personal presentation. And we went through a lot of stuff, and I'll share that video because Ed was nice enough to say I could share it. All right, Linda, do you want 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes?
Let's just say 30 because it might be shorter.
Okay. Does anybody know Jillian Tenen? Anybody? Okay. I'm going to cross my fingers. Here she comes. Well, yes, thank you, Jerice. I should make you my co-host here just in case. All right, I'll figure out who she is. Let's do real quick introduction, starting with Mr. DJ Greg James, please.
Oh my goodness, Greg James. Playing music is my business, mobile entertainment from the 40s till now. I'm a mobile DJ. What can I say? What kind of events? Where is it at? What's happening? I'm the guy that you want to get in touch with. Greg James. Playing music is my business, mobile entertainment.
Excellent. And Ed.
Yes, sir. I am Ed Elster. I'm new to the group, only just recently, but enjoying it immensely. And yes, we did have a good conversation. He helped me immensely on thinking about what I could do for a presentation. But I'm an officiant here in Tucson, Arizona, wonderful Tucson. We have a lot of great venues here in Tucson. And I've been doing this for about 7 years, but only recently as a business, about a year and a half. I typically do non-denominational, but I can do denominational if they so request. It's been a real inspiration for me. I have a great passion for doing this since I married my 3 sons, and that's what started me in the business to begin with.
Excellent. Happy
Thank
to have
you.
you join us. And Miss Anniversary Queen herself, Sandra Fisher.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction, and I'd love to share that my compliments to the people here who participated. and made it wonderful. But I am Sandra Fisher. I am your gift guru, whether it's for your, doing homage to your clients and saying thank you for your biz. There's a lot of ways you can put a tagline on there, but with something they can use, which is something they'll use in the kitchen. And we are a full kitchen company. So if you're looking personal or business, I can help you out. Biggest differences between me and anybody else is one, I can service them afterwards. I can bring more referrals to you when you give them to your clients if I know who they are. I can also help you pick the right thing that fits what you want to say or do. And, with something that lasts forever. So when you're looking for a great way to brand yourself, if you're looking, we have an awesome registry for all of your clients, then talk to your sharpest tool in the shed. That's more.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sandra. Pamela, I do.
Hi there, trying to get mine off of mute. Hi, I'm Pam with Rights of Celebration. I too am an officiant, but mainly in the Phoenix area. I do travel throughout the state, but I specialize in personalized weddings and hand fastings. And my hand fastings have been very popular lately. I have to tell you, I set a record last week. I've been traveling for like 3 weeks, so I haven't seen you guys for a while, but I got a phone call and it was about 11 o'clock and they said, we're at the courthouse. Our officiant didn't show up. Is there any possibility? I said, absolutely. Give me a half hour. But the problem is my car's in the shop. Can somebody pick me up? And the father of the bride came by and picked me up at 11:30. And by 12 o'clock, we had them married at the Riparian Center.
Oh, Jerice's favorite place.
Lovely place. It's so easy. It's beautiful. And then the other thing is I'm very flexible with my ceremonies, what the couples want to do and just everything. But I had a really interesting wedding recently. It was on the rooftop of Valley Ho, which I've done before.
Windy.
But I went through 4 microphones trying to get through the service because the reception's really lousy up there. I've never seen more things go wrong with a wedding, but the couple were just laughing. Buttons are popping, suspenders are breaking, and their cake melted.
Oh, Jerice,
Yeah,
we have a story, but we'll leave it at that.
amazing. And the venue, I'm sure, is one who took care of it. By the time it was time to cut the cake looked normal again. They did a quick repair and that type of stuff. So if you have the unusual, frankly, I love it. send your couples my way, either for a traditional large wedding, a small wedding, or like Friday, I've got one at the jail.
Excellent.
Rights of
Thank you so much, Pam. Robert, music to my ears.
Yes, Robert with Duo Catillo. We are a instrumental duo, uniquely pairing cello with guitar or mandolin. You can see 2 of those instruments in the background there. Playing all kinds of weddings and other things that are enhanced by live music. One blogger described us as like therapy you didn't know you needed. Duo Catillo.
Ooh, very nice. Jerice, Kelly, MJK, take it away.
Good morning. No more alliteration for you. Good morning, Jerice Kelly with MJK Events, wedding and event planner. And I like to assist my clients with planning their event. Their next chapter in life includes some cultural traditions or just natural traditions into their event or their ceremony. Give them the time and space so that they can fully engage, to create new memories to be captured and to share with their future generations. Jerice Kelly, MJK Events, magical, joyful, kinetic.
I like that. Magical. Down. Okay, Brian, take it away.
Thank you, Scott. My name is Brian Foley. I do business as Valley Variety, and I focus on all things entertainment with a specialty in the circus arts. For example, I have 3 days upcoming in the Kids Carnival Room at Phoenix Fan Fusion, where I am fortunate enough to be providing an entire day full of shows on the carnival stage with acrobats, jugglers, unicyclists, hula hoopers, magic, clown, and we've got some balloon artists and face painters, courtesy of our good friend Sarah Bernstein over at Storybook Entertainment as well. So always looking for opportunities to collaborate and exceed expectations whenever possible.
And Brian, this is just for you. I'm having too much fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Too much fun with the update on Zoom. Some pieces I get and others I'm totally confused about. DJ Nate Murray in the house.
Okay.
This would be your cue, Nate.
My screen froze. Hi,
Oh,
everybody.
okay.
Good morning. DJ Nate Murray, Weddings and Events. I am very happy to be here. Very happy to know Scott in person. I originally came from Los Angeles here. Been here about 4 going on 5 years. Yeah, do mainly weddings and the occasional corporate event. And happy to be here. And if you ever need entertainment along my way, give me a holler.
Nate, I'm going to let my hair down and tell you a secret. When we first met in Los Angeles, it was at a ADJA meeting and I was presenting. And I got to tell you, I came bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, man, I was ready to show. And those people just ate my lunch. California DJs are just so talented, so on top of their game that, you know, if when I go to Minnesota, they take 6 pages of notes. And when I go to California, I take 6 pages of notes. They're just really talented out there. And we're thrilled to have you and all that you do here in Arizona now. Thank you. Okay. There's an old expression that's you're only as good as your latest movie. And if you ever watch the, you know, talk shows, the Tonight Show, whatever it is, the actor, the recording artist, whoever they are, they're talking about their most recent album or their most recent movie. And I'm here to tell you, Wendy Weber's performance at Sandra's anniversary was outstanding. I mean, it was everything that they wanted. They were drooling. And I'm not just talking about Sandra and Michael. I'm talking about the guests. They were totally enthralled. The performance was spot on. I can't say enough great things about what you did that night, Wendy. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Scott. And I was standing and it was outside. So there we go. So who am I? I'm Wendy Weber. It's an alliteration right there, right in my name. And here's my backup singer, Lucky. I happen to be in the kitchen. I write the songs that make your message sing, or your occasion, or your business sing. Taking your story and making it rhyme so people remember you better each time. Now, if I could only get him to sing in rhythm, you know, we haven't gotten that far yet.
he was plenty quiet. So.
Yeah, when I start singing, I've only had him for 10 years, so yeah. What can I say?
Well, thanks again, Wendy. We appreciate you. Felicia, are you in a place to talk about Suits?
I can chime in for a few minutes
Excellent.
or a minute. So I'm Felicia Kessler with Celebrity Tux and Tails. We're a family-owned and operated menswear company here in Phoenix. We have 3 locations, and we do suits and tuxedos for men and women. We do rentals, purchases, and custom made.
And delivery.
We do offer delivery services where we'll bring everything to you, do on-site tailoring, and then pick up after the event. And we actually now have a new service where anybody can schedule a pickup of their suit or tuxedo anywhere in the Valley. So,
wow, Very
pretty
cool.
nice.
Very cool. I know you got to switch in a minute, Jerice. You invited JD, and I don't know if he can talk, so be prepared to talk about JD the barber, not to be confused with Jonice, who may or may not be his wife, or the one that everybody said they knew, but might not be her. Do you know what I'm talking about, Jerice? Does his wife or
Maybe I
girlfriend do
think you're
jewelry?
like combining a whole bunch of things into one. JD is a woman, number one.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, she is a barber, number two.
Okay.
And I think you mispronounced whatever is showing on the screen. But
Oh, so it's not
I
Janice,
do know
it's,
JD.
is it Johnsy?
It doesn't matter. I do know JD. She is a barber. Her shop is out in Gilbert. I met her at the wedding expo out in Avondale called Married in Mocha, and it was BIPOC vendors for BIPOC. Thank you, BIPOC wedding clients. I have been working to get her here to a meeting for quite some time. So JD, the barber from Gilbert, I'm glad that you were able to make it. And JD also stays involved with new barbers coming out of school from EVIT. She's doing lots of great things. And she does offer special wedding packages.
Okay, hold on while I just wipe some egg off my face, JD. I'm so sorry.
Just move on. Yeah, just move on.
Okay,
We've covered it.
And Jerice, do you know, is because Pearl is asking, is it Johnsy?
I know her as JD.
Ah, okay, because Pearl was looking to see how it's pronounced. But Pearl, I think she's in a place where she can't talk. So that's what's going on. And my old man sex is coming out. Barber, I always think, you know, oh, she's chiming in a second time. We'll figure it out. Okay, maybe from her phone. Pearl, are you in a place to give it a whirl?
Oh, wait, no, hold
Wait a
on.
minute, wait a minute, wait. We
There
have a
she
face.
is. Her camera is on. Unmute
Uh,
yourself. Unmute yourself.
There you go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry. I was driving to the Barber Academy. Excuse me, and this is I'm new to Zoom, so I'm like trying to figure it out at the same time, but I'm glad I made it. Thank you for inviting me. I'm a barber. I offer grooming services. I have a private suite in Gilbert, and I also offer concierge services. So I'm able to go to the hotel or the Airbnb, whatever venue you're at, and offer grooming services to anybody who's needing barbering services. So if you can gift it to your groom, for the brides, or any out of town guests, inclusive anybody who needs a haircut, shorter haircuts, razor shaves, hot towel services, anything involving barbering. I'm trying to offer something to the guys to pamper them. The women have the hair and the makeup, so this is for the guys. So I'm new in the wedding industry, so I'm trying to find the door to get in there. So I appreciate the invite, and just trying to find the time to make it. So yeah, I'm at the Barber Academy right now, helping out. I'm working on my barber instructor license. So I'm kind of all over the place, but yes, I want to join the group and come to the meetings, meet everybody in person. I'm loving everybody's vibe and what they do and energy. So thank you for inviting me and having me. And I hope that we can connect and I can offer my services to your clients and vice versa. Thank you, guys.
Outstanding.
Wait,
Thank you
before
so
you
much.
mute
I
yourself
love that.
again, please pronounce your name for us all.
My first name is John C. So John with a C. But I go by J or JD because most people butcher my name. So whatever you'd like to call me, John C is perfect. J, JD, whatever works. Just call me.
Well, JD, I'm going to call you something nice because I'm once every 3 weeks.
Perfect. That's my ideal client.
Hey, there you go, people.
The guys who want to maintain their look and style and stay fresh and feel confident.
I guess
Excellent.
I can be next.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Pearl, Your turn. There she is.
Yeah, I can be on for a moment. Thank you, Johnsy, for letting us know. I just did not want to get your name stuck in my head incorrectly. That was not going to work out well. Good morning, everyone. Pearl Fulani with Lady Jewel, helping you build and elevate your brand through events, systems, and strategies. And we help teach women business owners the keys to building a successful and profitable brand. Everyone's doing well this morning.
Thank you. And last but not least, Mr. David Hepburn, coach in the house.
Definitely least. I'll take that. Thank you, Scott. You know, you can't give Scott new things to play with because he's like a little kid.
Guilty.
Anyway, I am a transformational strategic business coach. And I run several meetings on Zoom, 8 o'clock Arizona time. I put it in the chat. Our meeting tomorrow is about going from scarcity to abundance. And we usually have about 10 to 12 people there. I would love to have all of you join us. And I believe that personal development always precedes business development. And CTC is about personal development so that you can grow your business. In fact, I've got a phrase I just started using now. That's why I can't remember it. But personal development for business mastery. And we've done over 560 sessions, and I'm shooting for 1,000. So I would love for anybody to join us, 8 a.m. The Zoom links are in the chat, and thank you, Scott.
Thank you, David. In regards to your topic tomorrow about scarcity, I remember when I raised my rate to a price that was more than I could ever personally afford. And my wife said, who could afford that? No, nobody's ever going to pay that for a DJ. And I said, then we're not our customers. But if we base our price on what we can afford, we'll never excel beyond that point. That in fact, our customers probably are more affluent than we are, and that's okay.
And Scott, to that point, most business owners do not charge enough. And it's because they're thinking just like you were, well, I would never pay that much for the Ocotillo Duo, but there are tons of people that will. And an example is, and he used to be in the group, comes once in a while, but you know, I worked with the Big Zephyr. And he had 6 people in his band and was charging very minimal fees. So they were hardly making any money. And
literally, hardly. I mean, when you divided it by 6 people, and if the band owner got more, then that meant the other members got less. I mean, it was a crazy amount. And I only know the amount because I've worked with Bill as well.
And so we were able to triple what he was charging before I started working with him. And now, in fact, the year I worked with him, he doubled his business and did the same amount of gigs. That's how little he was charging, because he had a feeling, well, I will never pay this much for this. But we have to get past that as business owners and realize, in fact, Pam, Scott and I were talking about you, and Scott said that you need to charge $600 for a wedding.
Wow. I don't, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was related to a conversation that I had with another event professional. They said they were charging X, and I said, well, why are you not charging 3X? And they said, well, because nobody else is. That's not a good reason. If you're providing a service of value and you can find an audience that is willing to recognize and pay that value, then you should. Um, JD, you know, I'm going to confess here. I got my hair cut the other day and she did a lousy job at Great Clips, and it serves me right because it's a $20 cut, right? It's not a $80 cut. It's a $20 cut, but there is a difference.
You mean
Absolutely.
coupon
For sure.
comes out, get it for 10?
Well, you know, I'm just going to leave it there. Listen, we're cutting into Linda's time, and I know we're supposed to be talking about social media, but all of this conversation is a friendly reminder that we should all be visiting with our members regularly, those on the screen and those in the group, and learning from one another. Felicia, so happy to have you join us. It's been a long time, and you came on screen, which is great. Okay, without further ado, it's all up to you. Linda, you have the wheeler.
Okay. I have the wheeler. But is it a 5-wheeler, a 4-wheeler, a 3-wheeler? Hold on. Let me get this back to where it's supposed to be. And sharing. Can everybody see? Yay. Okay, so I am talking today about leveraging your social media presence with using your Facebook and Instagram in addition to your blog. Yes, people still use blogs. Yes, you should be too. So why integrate your social media with your blog post? Well, if you're utilizing Facebook and Instagram along with your blog post, it's going to be a game changer. You're going to be able to increase your brand awareness. You're going to be able to engage directly with the customers, boost website traffic, enhance your SEOs. You can enhance yourself too, yes, because you are the CEO. It's really a cost-effective way to market, and then you're also going to get marketing insights to this. So basically, these platforms are designed for engagement. Now, I'm specifically talking about Facebook and Instagram today, even though I am going to touch a little bit, just slightly, on a couple other ones. They encourage likes, they encourage shares and comments. These are actions that will elevate your content and will help the algorithm and increase your visibility in these platforms. Each share is literally a virtual endorsement, literally. When someone goes on and they see you and they share your stuff, they're saying, yes, I trust this person. Facebook and Instagram are also community driven. So you're building different communities and they're all coming together. So this is going to foster a closer connection with your audience, and it's going to turn people who may not see your information or just kind of casual, it's like, oh, okay, I see them. It can turn them into loyal clients or loyal people. And you know what? Because I'm going to go back really quick where it says eagerly awaiting your next travel story or tip. Now I have that in there. I wanted to keep travel in there because who went through and watched and read all of Curtis's posts when he went to Kilimanjaro? That was a travel, even though he's a DJ, he was traveling. And so he was doing all this stuff and everybody was eagerly awaiting his next post because we all wanted to see his adventure. I'm just saying, it works. So also, these platforms can also send people back to your website, back to your blog if your blog is not on your website. It's a compelling post on Instagram or a captivating teaser that will link to your blog. So you just give a little snippet, send the link, and they're going to get all the information when they go to your blog. So this will boost your site metrics if that is important to you. It will boost the site metrics and give you all the page views, even though that's kind of, cosmetic. It will give you that. So like I said, I'm talking about Facebook and Instagram. So Facebook is a community builder, okay? It's got a wide reach. It has billions of users. It is the most used social media platform in the world. Community engagement, because you're interacting directly with the comments and the messages and the posts. You're interacting directly with the people. Sometimes the people, they're not so pretty. They're showing their true side. So I know Scott's just like, oh my gosh, it's a shocker. But we just have to, gloss over it, be better than that, and make sure nobody sees our bad side. Even in a safe Facebook group, you don't show the bad side. If you're going to do that, just scream into your pillow. And then also Facebook gives us the opportunity to use targeted ads. Now, I personally do not pay for ads, but you can utilize Facebook to target the people who just switched from seeing this person to newly engaged. Facebook will target them for you if you put that in with there. Now, Instagram is a visual storyteller where Facebook, a lot of times, yes, we are putting pictures on there, but we have the ability to only do text on Facebook. Instagram, we're using it to drop pictures, to drop videos. Still, you're only going to get a snippet, but it's visual. And obviously, a picture is better than text. So a lot of times that's what we're going for. And it does grab your attention. Now, your blog should be used as part of a cohesive marketing strategy. It's not just a place to throw down your thoughts. It's part of this overall strategy where wow, that is some comprehensive is some prehensive. But you can put comprehensive content on there. So this gives the Google web crawler a place to grab information. The blog is what sets you apart. You share your expertise on your blog. So the blog shows your expertise. You can do a little snippet with Facebook. You can do a little snippet of Instagram, and it's got the web crawler. It'll pull out those keywords. But the blog is where you're just going to say, here is my expertise. This is why I am me. This is why I am great. It shows that you're the expert, and it shows that you are the thought leader in your industry. And then, of course, SEOs, by regularly updating your blogs packed with the keywords, it will boost your CEO. We'll talk about the keywords in just a couple minutes. Now, when you combine the forces, you can use Facebook and Instagram to alert your followers that there's a new blog. So if you've got loyal followers, they'll see it and then they'll go. A lot of times your loyal followers will also share your blog. So that will help your SEO as well. You can cross promote. So a lot of times I'm always, Facebook to Instagram, I'm always promoting there. And then you can also drive traffic. Again, Facebook and Instagram will drive traffic to your website, to your blog. Now, one of the things you do have to know is you do have to know your demographics. So Facebook, of course, it's got a very broad appeal. Most of the users are going to be from about 25 to 54 years old. There are slightly more females on Facebook than there are males, but it is excellent for targeted ads, event promotions, and community engagement. Again, it's a community builder. Now, Instagram is predominantly a younger audience. You're going to get your 18 to 34-year-olds, so your millennials, and I think Gen Z is starting to creep up into that as well. It's fairly balanced male and female, but it does still skew slightly to more females, and it is highly visual and engaging. Now, I did put LinkedIn in there, and I did put TikTok. LinkedIn is a professional audience, and they're generally going to be 30 to 55. They are more financially stable, and their desire for higher quality. They also have that higher disposable income. If that's important to what you do, then you might want to consider investing in a class or a course to learn how to utilize LinkedIn. Or we come on, is it the third Thursday this month or is it the fourth? I think it's the third Thursday, right, Scott?
Third Thursday for LinkedIn. Yes. JD will be joining us from Chicago on the third Thursday. We'll be in Scottsdale in person, and he'll be on the screen.
So we'll definitely want to come to that, especially if you're targeting the more professional crowd. Now, TikTok, it is predominantly a younger audience. Of course, Gen Z is on there, which they're 10 to 24-year-old. They dominate this platform with about 60% of its users. The millennials are the 25 to 39-year-olds, and they have a pretty good amount of people on there. It's 20 to 30%. So they have a global appeal because everybody loves videos. And the videos on this one, they need to be engaging, they need to be creative, catchy, and visually appealing. And a lot of times they need to be short. They need to, you know, a lot of these people, you've got the, what is it? The attention span of a goldfish, and they need to be short. So, but know your demographics of who you're targeting. And so if you're targeting 40 and 50-year-olds, you may not want to be on TikTok.
In regards to that goldfish, I heard a news report this morning that it's down to less than 8 seconds is the amount of time.
I've always heard it as 5 seconds. So
yeah, well, even 5. And a goldfish is probably 10 seconds. So there you have it.
I mean, I do have a TikTok account. I've got 12-second videos on there, and most of the videos, it peaks at 4 seconds and it drops off. So they're only watching 3 to 4 seconds of a video, and they're going to the next one. So know your audience. So you want to maximize your marketing with social media and with your blog. So I've got a couple other ones, of course, Pinterest as well. Again, Matt, by utilizing Facebook and Instagram with your blog, you're going to increase your brand awareness because, again, Facebook has the most users. The more people see you, the more they know, like, and trust you. If they do not see you, if you are in obscurity, you could be the best DJ, you could be the best efficient, you could be the best travel agent. If they don't know you exist, it's not going to mean squat for you. So you need to be able to get your name out there, and Facebook and Instagram will help with that. You can engage directly with your customers because social media, Facebook and Instagram specifically, are community driven. And so you can, you know, talk to the people who know you, talk to the new people who might start knowing you, but they've started seeing your brand. I don't know if you've noticed, but I plaster over here. I plaster my logo everywhere. Now, I hopefully I'm not annoying with it, but every picture that I have in my business has my logo. I'm branding everything, and so when it goes out there, people's like, I've seen that before. I've seen that, and then they start saying, "Oh, that's that person that does the cruises," or "Oh, that's that person who does the Caribbean or Mexico or Europe or Thailand." It's getting your name out there. You're going to boost your website traffic again by posting a link in your Facebook and Instagram. You can drive them to your blog. You can drive them to your website. And if you're a smart business owner, which I know you all are, you've got the Google Analytics going. And that will help you determine how to best use your blogs and your Instagram and your Facebook. You're going to enhance your SEO because with regular quality blog posts, it will help improve you rank on a search engine. It's cost effective because it can be free. And if it's free, it's for me. And if you've got friends in networking that help plug you, then that helps as well. And that is a free thing as well. So like when I go and I see someone that needs a DJ and I'm plugging, you know, Scott, or if I say DJ Greg, that's a free advertisement for you. You didn't have to pay that except for coming on every other week or 3 times a month onto Event Ensemble. And of course, marketing insights. You will get marketing insights through Facebook and through Instagram to see who's on your page and what's going on. You'll get all the demographics that you really want. Now, cross-posting and building SEO. This is just kind of a visual. And this is actually posts that I have going on for next week. So on Facebook, you can do a 7-day series. On Sunday, I tease, this one's going to be top summer vacation spots. So I tease here, and then this is Monday's post, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then on Saturday, I'll say, did you miss it? Now, every single time I'm driving them back to my website and my blog. Now I do that on Facebook. And because I post on Meta Business Suite, I'm also doing that on Instagram. So here's 10 posts that are going to help lead people to my website. But I've also got a blog. So what I've done is everything that I've posted here becomes the blog. And I put all the pictures in the blog so they can match and say, well, oh, I saw that, you know, on Instagram. I remember seeing that. It's a visual, you know, it links it visually. They'll say, I saw that, and then they might read more. So the blog, I'm combining all of this into one page. Now, I've also got Pinterest. And so what I'm doing is I'm also doing the little snippet that I did on Sunday, and I'll post everything but the very last picture. And that will point to my blog. But where Facebook and Instagram rely on followers, Pinterest does not. So a savvy business professional will go in, and if you notice this top picture, they're all different, but I'm going to point them to the same place, and I'm going to post them at different times. So now I've got even more links for the web crawler to go over, and the descriptions are going to have the keywords. But I've got 3 links in Pinterest that points to the blog, creating more webbing, more SEO. So, and you can do that too. You just need to create a new graphic. You can keep these the same, and everything points to your blog. And that builds your SEO. Now, why is SEO important? So you can imagine SEO, it's like kind of like a digital passport or a string of lights. So every time you do a link, you string one strand of lights. And so imagine these as a strand of lights. Now, if you're only using Facebook and you do one post, that's only one strand of lights to get you from here to here. If you're doing 7 posts here, that's 7 strands of lights. Another 7 posts, another 7 strands. My blog, they're all pointing back to the blog. And then these are also pointing back to the blog. That lights up the path for people to find you. And it also lights up the path for Google's web crawler to pick up on the keywords to bring you up in the rankings. So the more strands of lights you have, the higher you'll rank. Okay, so that drives traffic. It enhances your brand credibility. So social proof, you always want that social proof. And then you're also going to grow by reaching more people, because the more people who search for travel agent, even though I call myself a travel advisor, I know that people are searching for travel agent. So every time I go in, I'll put travel agent. And that's also right here is how to get good SEO keywords. You have to think like your client. So I know that the generic term is travel agent. I'm going to put travel agent in my SEO. I'm also going to put travel advisor because other people are doing travel advisor. You can use tools like the Google Keyword Planner that will help you. And you can go to SEMrush. You also want to consider like the longer keywords. I don't like them, but sometimes they work. They're not going to have, so if someone Googles travel advisor, and if I go look at the keyword, there's going to be a ton of competition. But if I go in and I Google, travel agent or Caribbean travel agent, or if I Google, the Bahamas eczema travel agent, there's not going to be as many travel agents tagged. So it's not as competitive. I have a better chance of ranking higher. The more people that are in there, there's more competition. You're not going to be able to rank as high. And then you always want to keep an eye on what your competitors are doing. And there's actually a Google site that will allow you to see what keywords your competitors are using. And you can go, you can either hop on the bandwagon or you can tweak it. Because if they're searching for your competitors, if you're hopping on the bandwagon, you'll show up as well. Now, depending on how your SEO is compared to your competitor will depend on how far up you can start ranking. So connect your Facebook and Instagram on Meta Business Suite, and then start your blog and connect it with your blog and start doing all that fun stuff. Any questions? I may not know the answer, but I'll find it for you.
Well, as you can see, I took notes, dropped them in the chat, and you made several references that were things that I confess that I'm not always using. The Meta Business Suite, the Google Keyword Planner, and how to find your competitors' keywords. And so I dropped all that into the chat. Great, great, great information. Questions, answers, ideas. Nate, what you got, brother?
I'm off mute. First of all, great presentation. Really loved it. Great information and nuggets. I have a question in that I like your workflow, you know, your Instagram, Facebook. So are you saying use it's like Instagram and Facebook are kind of like throwing the fishing reel out there, and then you're taking that and then going to your blog and kind of assembling those? Like, are you basing it on, you know, hey, like I'm posting about these different areas and this is getting me great reaction. Now I make the blog post and then, you know, I push that out to Pinterest. Is that like the order? Because I'm posting a blog and then I'm sending the blog to Instagram, to Facebook, and then I'm working that way. So what's working better for you?
So for me, I actually, when I create the social media posts, I'm creating the blog at the same time. So right at the moment, my blog is set to publish on Saturday. I publish all the time. Or not all the time, but, you know, sporadically on this day or this day. But for this type of post, because I'm doing a week series, I have the blog post on Saturday so that the links have somewhere to land. You got to have some place to go. And so I do it the day before. And then on Sunday, I post the teaser. But I've already created all of this and I've pre-scheduled it. So I create the blog and the post at the same time. And then after that, I'll go out and I'll schedule the Pinterest post and I'll go do that. But I kind of create the blog at the same time as the social media posts. Now, I'm not going to lie, AI helps. I use an AI called Toby because that's specifically geared towards travel.
Travel. Is Toby an acronym for travel, or Toby travel? Maybe.
As far as I know, no. I've never seen it's through my consortia, and I've never seen any little acronym going on there. It's just got a little robot.
Fair enough. JD, you've got answers in the chat for you. Thank you very much. Pamela, David, and then Greg.
Right. Okay, cool. Facebook is a problem for me because it does not let me list myself as an officiant. The closest thing that it lets me list myself as is a wedding planner. So I'm guessing what you're going to be telling me is the blogs and even more posts are going to make that even more in my favor of being able to say that I'm an officiant. Facebook does it, Yelp does it. There's several that do not acknowledge us as being a part of the wedding industry.
Did you try using the word ceremony instead of officiant?
No, I've tried celebrant and those, none of them exist. So you said ceremony?
Ceremony. You might want to look and see if that's an option.
Yeah. Ed, do you have any feedback on that?
Yes. Oh, I've got I made a whole list of different hashtags that would indicate things for SEO, and I could probably share that list if you want.
Because I haven't used hashtags forever either. You know, I have to admit I'm the retired person in the group that hasn't worked her business as much as some of you.
No.
Don't feel bad. Don't
The
feel
only
bad.
one, Pam.
It'll keep you fresh. Hold on a second, Ed. David with his hand up, go next, please.
Yeah, even though Greg was first.
Oh, something.
I teach my clients to write a blog and then chop it up and use the chopped up pieces for their daily posts and drive people back to your blog. I'm all about not having to work a lot. Write the blog once, chop it up, do 3, 4, 2, however many other times you want to do it, and then post those and then send them back to the blog at the bottom.
I like that.
A way that, you know, you can really get a lot of exposure, and you can do it cross-platform as well. So thanks, Scott.
Excellent. Greg will appreciate this. I just received 3 requests for music from 3 different people. Doesn't mean I'm playing them in the same order I received them. Go ahead, Greg.
Thanks, Scott. Hey, my first question is on the Meta Business Suite, is there a cost for that? And my second question is to you is how does the Facebook police intervene or not kick you off because of all the amount of posts that are being done on a weekly basis?
So the Meta Business Suite is for your business page. That's the key. It's for your business page. And it's absolutely free. And because Facebook owns Instagram, you can post directly to Instagram at the same time that you're posting to Facebook. Now, that being said, Facebook also wants you to use the Meta Business Suite, because what happens, like if you're using a third-party poster, it's not going to get the same traction that it will if you use the Meta Business Suite. So your posts are going to be seen by more people using Meta than it is by using Buffer. Okay, so there's that. Now, Facebook does not control how much you post on your business page as long as it's adheres to community standards. So I can post every hour on the hour if I wanted to. I could post every 15 minutes if I wanted to. Are my friends going to be appreciative? Probably not. Then they might start muting you. So what you want to do is, you know, maybe start with 3 times a week, maybe start with 2 times a week. I've always heard, and Pearl might know, or Felicia might know, once a day is what I post, or at least what I try to post, or what I have my daughter post.
You mostly want to just be consistent in when you post and how frequently.
You don't want to do 7 posts here and then wait 3 months. That's not going to work.
Most people they can't sustain a post every 15 minutes. So like if you
we're
can,
not Twitter.
I mean, and most people or most pages that are posting that frequently are usually like news channels that have hundreds of contributors that are posting more frequently than once a day or whatever. Yeah. That's the big difference. But like as long as it's a quality post, they honestly don't care how frequently or infrequently you post. Like the last time we posted on our Instagram page was 2 weeks ago, and it was a reel that my sister made for prom, and it is up to 1,500 likes and 30,000 plays, and it still gets like 200 new likes a day.
Wow.
So it doesn't care as long as it's something you want to see. And the same with like our TikTok posts that we posted a month or 2 ago that is up to 5 million views. Wow. And it's 5 seconds long. And my brothers put it up there just to make a post for that day. And all of the ones that they did, like all of this intense scripting and put all this effort into, maybe a couple thousand. And that one got 5 million. So, and it's still being shown constantly by TikTok because people still are interacting with it. And there's like thousands of comments and stuff. So it's just about doing it, and you'll never know which one's going to do well. It's frustrating, but they don't care.
The reason why I brought up the Facebook police, because like Felicia said, the community standards I've been hit a couple of times because if I did a post or a quick blog, or like David said, cut it up and use it, just put that note out to refer to the website. They tagged me on that one, restricting my time. So that's the reason why I brought that up.
If you're posting the same thing multiple times in different places, that's typically where you're going to get into trouble. For example, when I do a birthday message, even though I've got Linda's name in it and it's Linda's birthday and I've said something personal, but the rest of the message is the same as what I'm posting for Ed's birthday and Sandra's birthday. And if they're all on the same day and you're posting them all, you can get into trouble that way. So I'm not sure what your situation was, but uniqueness matters.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Linda, what a great, great presentation. And for those of you who did not screenshot this right here, baby, right here, this is it. Who is your target audience? Who are you looking to attract? Who is your message appealing to? And who do you want to do work with? This is the age range, this is the audience, and this is what you need to be staying focused on. And I love that. Thank you, Linda. It's good stuff. Okay, fabulous presentation, says Therese. And thank you, says Wendy and the rest of the crew. So on behalf of Event Ensemble, we will see you next Thursday. I do believe that Brandy Blackford is going to be teaching us something about social media and putting me in my place. You think so? Could be. Odds are a good sign she'll do Pinterest, but you never know. And then the third Thursday will for sure be JD from Chicago on LinkedIn. And the fourth Thursday, I can tell you for sure, is not going to be Ann Vidian on writing, because she is in Japan or doing something Japanese that day. But we will have something for you, so stay tuned and make it a great day.